In this video, we're going to go over all of the audio cable connections for your custom outdoor movie audio sound system. Now what we've done is set up your subwoofer here and one of the speakers to show you the connections, and here's your workstation that'll be in your hands in just a couple days. Over here on the side we have our two pre-wired outputs. Now these two outputs are going to go into the inputs on the back of your subwoofer right here, which is set basically right in the middle of the frame, of the movie frame, right front center. Now on these two inputs you're just going to take the connections that come from the side of your workstation, and there you go, you're all set to go. Now, as I mentioned in the first video, you're going to take two of your speakers and put them on the outside edge of your frame, and the other two are going to go kind of in the center, maybe 10 feet apart from the middle. The two outsides are going to receive a full range frequency signal. And on the top of your subwoofer, right here, it says full range. So you're simply going to take your speaker cables from your sub, and you plug them in there, and then it's going to go all the way to the edge of your frame. And on the back of your speakers, these are all the same, you're going to plug to the line input, and then down below it you'll see where it says master and through. Just make sure it's on through, and do that for all four of your top speakers. You'll just do that for every speaker. And then you've got all your volumes here. I would start by having everything at 12 o'clock straight up, and then you can make fine-tune adjustments from there. And so there you are. That's how you hook up and have your outside speakers. Now the two that are in the middle have a crossed over frequency. What we've done is dropped out the low bass, so they only do mids and highs. When they only have to work on the mid and high frequencies, you get a clearer dialogue. Your mids and highs are a more crystal clear sound. And in a professional movie situation, it's always preferable to have the dialogue come from the movie screen. So by having these two speakers here, and they don't have to work on the bass, they can actually give you a louder volume, a better sound. So you've got your dialogue and highs coming from the middle of the screen. And the way you do that is simply right here where it says high pass. You're going to plug this into your left speaker, that into your right speaker, and you're all set and ready to go. Now the final thing is for your subwoofer itself. You've got a volume control for your subwoofer right here, and I would start right at 12 o'clock. That's probably all you'll have to worry about. And if you ever are concerned about sending too much power, the sub itself has a little limit light right here. And you want to kind of keep an eye on that from time to time till you kind of get to know your sound system. Once that starts blinking a lot, you want to be aware of that, and if it does, just roll your volume down a little bit, or that kind of shows you how loud you can go. It has a built-in protection, so it won't overheat and damage the speakers, and it would even automatically shut down when it cools down, then power back up again. But you really have to push it hard for that, so that's something you probably won't have to worry about too much. So now finally, for the overall experience here, you've got your subwoofer set up because it automatically takes the low frequencies from the signal that you send to it. You're sending two signals to the outside giving you a full range sound, and the other two are going to the middle giving you the mids and highs, and all together it creates almost a surround sound effect. Now to control your volumes, one thing to be aware of is the outside speakers will not have the same volume level as the two inside. The two inside speakers can actually be turned up a little louder because the speakers do not have to put out a, excuse me, a low bass frequency, so they can work more efficiently and you can get a little bit louder volume there. So when you adjust your volumes, you can kind of tune those down to those relative to each other. After you've kind of worked out a movie or two, you can really kind of see how you can work with this, and different volume controls can really affect your sound, and it is a wonderful, amazing, high quality sound. On your preamp right here, I would simply keep all of your bass, mid, and treble straight up. I wouldn't worry about that too much. Your bass is going to be probably fine how it is. Some movies you might want to boost your mid and treble up a little bit if you need to get your dialogue to stand out a little bit more. If you've got a really large crowd, sometimes you want to push the highs up a little bit to kind of cut through. And all that's just experience. After a couple movies you'll see. And so have fun with that and really play around with it and see how dramatic the differences are. But enjoy your custom sound system and your events, and you should be good to go. And if you have any questions, you can call Melanie or us anytime. We're happy to help.